If you're having suicidal thoughts or feelings or feel like you have no hope, please call 988. There, you can talk to someone who not only cares about your story, but cares about you. Please reach out today. Thomas P. Murphy once said, "Minutes are worth more than money. Spend them wisely." At Minutes Wisely, we take that to heart. Our mission is to decrease veteran suicide by providing life-changing experiences for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families. We believe that we can make a lasting impact by rekindling a sense of purpose and fostering community through sponsored tickets to sporting events. These experiences are not just about the game, they're about the moments that can change lives. A simple sporting event can boost joy and instill a sense of renewed hope and purpose for those who have served. Join us in making a difference. Become a moment maker and empower a veteran with rediscovered hope. Visit minuteswisely.com for more information and to get involved. Together, we can make every moment count.
Woo! Wow.
What's
It's
up?
like ceramic sound in my car with that afterburner, man. Holy shit. That was awesome.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of TSP.
Hey, guys.
Today, Richard talk to Henry.
Hey, Henry. Hey, Mendoza. What's going on, motherfucker?
Mr. Henry.
What's going on, man? Good to see you after so long, man. You look good.
Hey, so do you, dude. So do you.
Oh,
Thank
shit.
you, thank you.
He's wearing an upside down pineapple too, man. Where the hell you going, bro?
Dude, I'm wearing my, I'm going like Mexico with this shit, man.
Yeah, I don't know what type of soccer game this guy's going to with a Hawaiian shirt, man. What the
Dude,
fuck?
it's the Nashville Soccer League versus the Columbus Crew at 7:30 tonight. I'm very excited.
Oh,
Never been to
so it's the MLS.
MLS.
League, huh?
With his upside down pineapple.
Hey,
Yeah,
easy on us. Hey, this one's hey, I got this in Puerto Rico, okay? So just blame the Puerto Ricans for me. All right?
Hey, all right. Before we get started, I have a couple announcements.
Yeah.
Minutes Wisely is working on a couple of fundraisers right now. More info. Hopefully, by the time this show airs, I'll have the show or the links in the show notes. If you're in Middle Tennessee, or if you just want to support us, hop in and throw a buck or two. But what we're doing, we found two separate veterans. One's in Houston, Texas. One's here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The Navy veteran, he has a son that has brain cancer. So we're going to send him and his dad on a awesome trip. The next one right here in Murfreesboro, his dad is a Army veteran, I believe, and his son has a brain tumor. So we're going to lift these two young boys up, and we're going to do something amazing for them. It's going to be very expensive, so dig deep, everybody. The donation
Give
links
us your money.
will be all over. Yes. So it's for a great cause. These men served their country, put their lives on hold for us, and now it's time to give back.
Yep.
All right, Mr. Richard A. Farr, what do you have?
Me, I just I've got two things, man. I just got an email today, a newsletter from the Tun Tavern Legacy Foundation. And
Was my name on it?
Huh?
Was my name on it?
Yeah, actually there's 1,300 names on it. That we are now at 1,300 members have enlisted into the 1775 Club since April 29th, since Modern Day Marine in D.C. when they first started this 1775 Club. We now have 1,300 1775 Club members, which Henry, you definitely need to join the 1775 Club.
Yeah, I did see your email the other day, so it's definitely pretty cool. So I'll look more into it and
It's
see what we can do.
$17.75 a month for a year. You get a T-shirt, you get a certificate, you get a free a coin that's worth a free beer at the rebuilt Tun Tavern in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But you know what? Or you could pay it all at once. It's $213, and you are a life member of the Tun Tavern.
Ooh,
Their next goal, we're at 1,300 now. Their next goal is 1,775 members by the time November rolls around for our 250th birthday. I think that would be pretty cool.
Hey,
yeah,
man, I'm pissed. I can't see
yeah.
my
So
name
I'll
on
definitely
here.
look into it, man.
Damn
And
thing's
and
going too fast.
I know, I know. They've got to do something about that. Fun Tavern, guys. We can't see our names. It's going way too fast. You need to either break it up into two or
And
four or something.
there's 4 lists and they're all scrolling at the same damn time.
I know. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just people have been just signing up like left to right. Today, I just signed up another guy today, and I want to thank 1169 Pogue Actual. He's a big voice on Instagram. He's a master gunnery sergeant. He's still in. And he did a big shout out for the Tun Tavern last week, and 419 people signed up just because of his posting on Instagram. It was pretty cool. I talked to him today, and he will not do the podcast. I've asked him twice. He won't do the podcast. He puts a lot of shit out there on like ceremonial stuff. I think he's an admin weenie, 1169. I think that's administration, right, Henry?
Yeah, yeah. He's a poke.
Yeah.
That's a true poke right there, man.
Hey, Steve, he said that. Master Guns, he said that, not me. You need to come and get Mendoza, okay? Get him. But no, that's not League. Oh, and I am gonna have a good time tonight at the soccer game, taking a veteran to a game. I'm gonna buy dinner for him, and it's gonna be fun. And that's it.
That's cool, man. Hope you enjoy that, man. Those games are fun.
I don't know. I'm not a soccer guy. Baseball, football, hockey, rowing. That's my thing. I'm not. I was never really good at soccer. Shit. The coach at my high school said you're never gonna make the varsity in the 4 years that you have here for soccer. And I'm like, well,
Wow.
damn.
Like
Thanks a lot,
still,
dude.
it's a fun atmosphere, and you'll love it, man. You'll like it. You enjoy it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Fleek, you ready?
Yeah, man.
Hey, 62 countries, 750 cities worldwide. If you're listening, want to introduce you, my buddy, my 3/8 warrior friend and veteran, Henry Mendoza. He's a good dude. We reconnected a couple weeks ago. He's getting married. I sorry, man, didn't want to spoil it. He's getting married very soon, and he asked me to drum up some guys for a sword arch, and I'm working on that. But I don't know. I asked him. I was like, "Hey, you want to be on our podcast?" He said, "Hell yes." So without further ado, Henry Mendoza.
What's
Who are you?
up?
What's
Not
up,
much,
man?
brothers? Thank you, man. Thank you for the invite. Very excited to be here. With you guys. It's my first time doing anything like this publicly. So,
We popped his cherry. We popped his cherry.
yeah, you most definitely, man. But yeah, man. It's fun. It's gonna be fun. So, so you got to kind of walk me a little bit through this, because, like I said,
Yeah, like
I don't know
were
what
you? I know. It's just this is all about you and like where you came from. Where did you go to high school? Why did you join the Marine
Gotcha,
Corps?
gotcha.
When did you join? When did you serve? Where you went? A couple stories and what you're doing now, basically.
Well, that's pretty simple, man. Well, so
Yeah,
originally,
simple,
obviously,
stupid. Yes.
I'm not obviously I'm originally from Ecuador. So
Ecuador!
yeah, but my
Escúchame!
father but my father is Colombian, so I kind of share both bloodlines. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, I mean, I grew up in Ecuador, obviously, and I actually came to the United States when I was 14 years old. Um, I was a great student in my country. I was like what you guys call here the honor roll, all that shenanigans, right? But obviously, when you come here and you're a non-English speaker, everything kind of, hey man, you guys start from scratch. So I started at the ninth grade level. Um, with I don't know if they still have this nowadays in high schools or not, but in my days, is what it used to call you got to be a non-English speaker student. So all of your classes are going to be category ESL, English as a second language. So
Huh.
what they did back then was it was kind of like having classes, having all the classes you guys normally get, like American history, everything that they give you in ninth grade.
Right.
But it was like with a teacher that spoke both languages. But obviously, back in my days, teachers were old, right? 50s, 60s. Now you got all these hot mamas running around with
Yeah, for
fucking
real.
18 years old, right? So it's way different, right? You actually learned shit back in the day. Now you just want to go there and try to get with your fucking teacher, you know? So,
Not for teacher, Danny. Not for teacher.
yeah. So yeah, I got here summer of '97. That's when I officially landed in New York. So I grew up in New York, and that's how my life started in the United States. Basically, I grew up in New York, in Brooklyn, um, and then from there so it was summer of '97, and then right before we started high school, we ended up moving to Long Island to a small town called Huntington, and that's where we stayed. I went to Huntington High, went to school, obviously. Believe it or not, I spoke no English whatsoever. Within the first 6 months of me being in high school, I was already out of the English as a second language classes. I
What?
Damn.
literally I became fluent within 6 months of being in high school.
Damn.
I never spoke a word of English in my life. So that to me was like a huge achievement, right? As a kid, I mean, think about it: 14 years old, coming to a country where high school looked like a freaking shopping mall. Because in my country, high schools are like a little box. So the teacher comes into your classroom for every single subject, right? So when I got here, you get a locker, you have to fucking move throughout. It's like a shopping mall, literally. That's what it looked like to me back then. I was like, so I'll never forget it. The first time it was science. Yeah, I think it was ESL science. So it was my first period class. I didn't even know it was 9 periods or 8 periods or whatever the fuck it was. I can't remember. Um, so first period, I stayed in my chair, like on my desk, waiting for the next teacher to come. And the teacher looks at me. She's like, "Honey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm waiting for the next teacher." She's like, "No, you got to go to your next class. Let me see your schedule." And I'm like, "My schedule? What the fuck is that?" She's like, "The piece of paper that the guidance counselor gave you." So I start pulling out all these papers, and she's like, "Oh no, you got to go to room three something." It's like, "Bye, kunyang, no." Room three something is like, okay, where's that at? Oh, that's like way up in the third, fourth floor. And I'm like, God Almighty. So I got lost, never made it to my next class. So right off the bat, my day one in high school, I already had a notion. Absence, unauthorized absence.
Article
Yeah,
86, man.
yeah. So I was like, all right, man. But I picked on quick. I went to school, and then it just took off from there, man. Once I learned the language, I made it a point that in order for that not to happen to me, I needed to learn the culture, the language, and just move forward. Kind of like a new life. And
Yeah.
at that young of an age, it's not only a challenge, but you got to remember it was just me and my mother. So I had to work when I was 14 years old. I had to provide. I had to share the rent with my mother. My mother worked in a factory to provide for me. So to me, it was like I didn't have the luxury to join the after curricular activities,
Yeah.
that the high school offered, the soccer team, the football team. I didn't do any of that my freshman year. But on my sophomore year, I went in as the hot shit because I already know English. I knew I wasn't taking ESL classes. So I was like, all right, now it's my time. So I joined the soccer team. I played varsity right away. Yeah, I've always been rowdy, man. I never let nobody talk down to me. So, I had some issues with that and throughout the tension, all that shit. But so I moved along all through the years until we all reached that teenage age, right? 17, 18. So I was 16 years old, was a junior, decided to quit the varsity soccer team of the school because they sucked and we always were like 0-8, 0-6. It just sucked. So I quit that shit and I went into play football and became a kicker for the football team. And they were the hot shit,
Nice.
man. Yeah,
Wow.
so the Huntington Blue Devils, we were state champions 2 years in a row.
Nice.
So I played for them. I was like, let me join them because I want to be there. I want to go to state. I want to go to county. Well, bad luck always follows you around sometimes. And my senior year, my junior and senior year, I joined the football team, and they go 0-8. So, but that was it, man. And then obviously, I made it through high school. I wasn't a plus whatever student. I just wanted a diploma, because for me it was, what do I do? It was either the streets or doing what everybody does. Go get a job and bounce from job to job, right? I didn't have a
Right.
scholarships. I didn't have anything. So I'll never forget it, man. One day I was just walking down. I was cutting class. Literally, I was cutting class, just messing around the hallways like we all used to do. I don't know if they do that anymore. And I happened to see a recruiter, and
Woo!
I did not know anything about the Army, the Marines, the Air Force, the Navy, zero. I just saw a guy with dress blues, a bunch
Woo!
of a bunch of medals. Like, this guy was stocking medals and like his ranks, insignia. I was like, holy shit, that guy looks good. And I was like, what is that? And my guidance counselor was like, oh, that's a Marine recruiter. He's coming to see me. I said, what is that? I mean, what is it? It's like, oh, it's the military. He's like, what? It's like like the United States
Soldato.
military. He's like, yeah. I was like,
Soldato.
well, fuck it. I was like, guess what? Sign me up, man. Make me a meeting. I want to meet one of these guys. So that day, he looked at me. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, man, fuck it. Give me a meeting with the Marines. And the Marine comes, Gunnery Sergeant, same guy I saw, Gunnery Sergeant Thompson. He was 0311 his entire career until that time.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
And right. So he comes in, and that guy's fucking stacked. Like, obviously, now that I know what he means, he had NAMs, Silver Star, Bronze Stars. He had combat action revenge from the Gulf War, from Kosovo, I mean, he was like a poster Marine in uniform, man. And when I met him, he said, the first thing he said, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I just want to join. And his answer is like, but why? He was like a hardcore Marine. He's like, why the Marines? It's like, and without hesitating, I said, because I like the uniform. And he looked at me and he said, all right, the meeting ended right there. He said, all right, man, when you're ready and you know what the fuck you want to do, then maybe we can talk and you can come to my recruit station. But for now, yeah, for now, you're not what we're looking for. That's what he said to me. So I was
Damn.
like, what? I was like, what does that mean? You know? And you know, he left. I left. My guidance counselor was like, "What did you? What happened?" I said, "Dude, I don't know. The fucking guy said if I want to get serious to go to his recruiting station." So I said, "You know what? Fuck him." So then, towards my senior year, and this was like end of my junior year. Towards my senior year, things started getting a little more challenging for me academically. So I knew I wasn't going to go to college or anything like that. At that point, I started getting in trouble with the law, with not like crazy, but like parking tickets, speeding tickets, shit like that. You know, open container fucking bottle in your car. You know, I had like a dozen plus tickets unpaid. It was a shit show. I was probably like the
Dude,
worst
you were running with the Latin kings, man. Don't lie. You
yeah,
were running with
yeah.
Latin fucking kings.
So I, you know, at that point I was like, you know what, man, I don't want to do my mom and my dad wrong. So, you know, my dad ended up leaving the country. He went back to Ecuador. So it was just me and my mom. And at that point I was like, you know what, reality sat in, and I said, okay, it's time to get serious. And I like the uniform, so fuck it, I'm just not gonna say that. So I went into the office, and lo and behold, there was another recruiter in there. His name was Staff Sergeant Desi.
Jesus, you remember your recruit? I didn't even remember my
Yeah.
recruiters.
And I
Jesus,
gotta
that's
tell you,
good.
but you know what? You remember them because to me, to them, I was not just a number. I wasn't a quota. Like this guy, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna summarize what this guy did in like 2 minutes. This guy took me in literally. He listened to my story, and he said, "I'm gonna make you the best pulley that my recruiting station has ever seen because you have the potential." This guy, man, I'm telling you, this guy took me in, took me out for runs. I never ran a mile and a half in my life. I mean, I ran with the soccer team and shit, but I've never timed a mile and a half, never done a pull up, never done a sit up, none of that shit that you do through the pulley program, right? And he took me in, and I was academically challenged in mathematics. I can't do math. Dude, I'm so lucky to know like what's 2 + 2 = 4 right now, right? But being academically challenged in math, it took a big hold on me whenever I had to take the ASVAB. So he will have me do these ASVAB prep exams, like practice exams at the recruiting office or
Yep.
on a book, you know. And I will always just score a fucking 26, 27, 28. I think during the practice, and I must have taken like 30 of them motherfuckers. And he said one day, he said, you know what, man, I don't get it. It's like the ASVAB is not going to be the reason why you don't join the Marine Corps. So he put me in tutoring. He paid for my tutor, my math
Damn.
tutor, to coach me on the algebra part of the ASVAB because that was my weak
Jesus.
point. And that tutor got me to score a 34 on the ASVAB.
Yeah, that's good enough for the emphasis.
Yeah. So, but I didn't know, right? All he said was you passed. And I was happy as shit. 18 years old, on the top of the world. I literally was the top pulley. I was running mile and a half under 11 minutes. I was fucking. I
Damn.
think it was like 9:20 that I was running my mile and a half consistently. Right. I was doing 100 push-ups. I was doing 100 sit-ups, and I was doing 20 pull-ups. So it was like
Jesus.
on a pulley. On a pulley, it was like a perfect PT score every time, right? Every time we had the sessions. So when I scored, he said, man, he's like, this is sick. So, you know, I went out there, did my thing. And then he says, all right, man, look, he was not infantry, right? He was admin, gentleman, but he's only done admin, I think the first 4 years of his career. Then he was like, he did embassy duty. He did obviously the recruiting duty,
Yeah.
and that was at that point he was like 12 years in. So I think that's all he's done, right? He's like, well, look, man, you see that guy in the poster? So he shows me the old school Marine poster where the recon guys with the green fucking
Yeah, with the
camo and
room. Yeah.
so he's like, that's the only job that you qualify for. And I said, dude, I don't give you shit. Just fucking sign me in and let's do it.
Nice.
And he told me you going in as an 0300. I said, well, what is that? He's like infantryman, but you going in with an open contract. I said, okay. So, uh, so I
So
was
you
like,
remember?
well, no, man. I said, what does that mean? He's like, well, that means that at any given point, the Marine Corps can choose your MOS, and you can go from being a cook to get lucky and being an aviation mechanic. I was like, nah, man, I ain't gonna do that because most likely I'm gonna end up being a cook, and I sure as
Yeah.
hell ain't gonna be peeling potatoes. So, 0311 it is, man. And he was like, there you go, infantryman, go to boot camp. So November 11, 2002, I officially landed in Paris Island and became a Marine in February of 2003.
Jesus, I'm a boot. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a boot to you
yeah.
too.
Yeah. You're about
So,
everybody, Andrew.
yeah.
Everyone's a boot to someone, Flake. Everyone's a
So
boot to
once,
someone.
I mean, boot camp was crazy, man. I never imagined that shit. But physically, I was very prepared. Mentally, I I had no choice, but I had to make it. You know, I had to become a Marine because that's what I wanted. But you want to see the kicker? I
Yeah.
always thought I was like, I'm gonna look. That was my motivation, man. I'm gonna look sick as shit on my uniform. I'm gonna fucking pick up so much pussy, and I'm gonna be the shit, right? Because that uniform is sick. Now think about it. My mind's still looking at my staff sergeant with the red stripe,
Yeah.
fucking ribbons, right? So when we finally graduate, I'm like, what the fuck is this? They give us our uniforms, right? And this shit's for one, this shit's fucking green because it's winter time, right? So I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit's all green. It's like a fucking raincoat, and the fucking cover is like a fucking yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, whatever. Then they give us the rest of the uniforms, and I don't see red stripe. I don't see all those fucking ranking seniors, right? I did graduate boot camp as a lance corporal though, because I was a squad leader. So
What? Lucky
yeah, so
bastard.
so I went in. Obviously, I was the top pulley in my recruit station. So look what again this guy took me in. He gave me the 4 quarters of his 4 quarters. He put them under my name as referrals. And I'm gonna get whoever's listening to this. Recruiters do that shit all the time. So don't get my guy in trouble if he's still in.
Hey, they didn't do that for me because I did 5 years of college and I got E2 when I graduated. Fuck my
Well,
recruiter.
well,
You listen to me?
yeah.
Fuck
So
you.
so my dude hooked it out. So I went in as a PFC, and then I was a squad leader all throughout. So I ended up graduating as a lance corporal.
Nice.
I should have been the guy because the guy graduated as a PFC, but he ran the 3 mile faster than me. So that motherfucker was. Boy, you probably know him or remember him. No, I
Who?
don't think you do. His name is he's probably still in. His death was definitely a lifer. He Lance at that time he was PFC Dawson.
Dawson.
We yeah, we used to
Like
call him Superman.
like on 3-8 Dawson? That guy?
Well, no, he was always 2-2.
He was always okay.
So
No, I
yeah,
don't
and
know
then
that.
he was in 6 Marines with me before I left. But I don't think you know him. Yeah, he took a little venture out. But if you listen to him, shout out to you, brother. But yeah, man. So that's where everything ended up. I was like, you know what? I'm already in it. I made it. I'm a Marine, so I'm officially. And then the welcome home was fucking awesome. I mean, 30
Yep,
days of
yes it
30,
was.
30, 30, 30 days of leave. You
30
know,
days?
yeah, I got 30 days from boot camp.
Jesus.
Not only that, but look, my dude again, he hooked me up. You got to remember back then, the school of SOI was backed up. So either you stayed in base, right, over in Camp Geiger, or you requested recruiting duty, right?
And you did that.
So, but no, I didn't even have to do shit. My recruiter, or well, while I was in boot camp, had already submitted the paperwork for me to come home. And then when my 30 days leave ended, I automatically joined 30 days recruiting. So I was home for 60 days.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
I did that
Okay,
once.
So,
that's
so
Jesus.
like I'm telling you, man, that dude, forever thankful, man. I wish I would have never lost
He
contact with
hooked
him.
you up.
So he started me up on a great career, man. So I came home, stay home 60 days, joined him in the recruiting station every morning, went to some high school, went to my high school. Everything was awesome. Then I ended up, I was like, all right, time to go learn how to be a fucking infantryman. So I ended up in Camp Geiger, and then did my thing. I was part of the Predators. I don't know if you guys know them, but that's um, uh, Bravo company in Camp Geiger. So that
I
you
was,
have
I was,
Alpha Bravo, you know, Alpha Bravo Charlie is what you had in my days when I
I
went
was Delta.
over there.
I
So
was Delta when I.
oh man, yeah. So Bravo was like the top shit. Bravo company, the Predators. Everybody knew that when that company, those Marines came by from the field or whatever, that was the company to be, right? It's kind of like when you go to boot camp, 3rd Battalion, right? When you go to boot camp, you don't want to be 1st or 2nd Battalion. You want to be 3rd Battalion. Well, guess what
What's
I
up,
was?
man? Wait, whoa! I'm
Yeah.
second battalion, dude.
Oh,
We got the best
that,
trail on the island.
yeah, that's the problem. Exactly. So, guess what I ended up? I ended up in 3rd Battalion, Lima Company, right? So I'm like, all right, cool deal. I'm the hardcore of, I ended up in a hardcore battalion, Paris Island. Then I go to Bravo Company and Predators in SOI. So I do my thing. I'm thinking, I'm going to go in fucking Hawaii. No, sir, you're going right
No,
across the
no,
street
why?
to Camp Lejeune. And then that shit was the worst, man. When they were just get on the bus, and that ended me in 2-2 Fox Company. And then
Okay.
hell broke loose, man. I mean, you talk about hazing, you talk about all that shit. That's what used to make Marines like us. You know what I mean? That's how you learn how to go through the Marine Corps, But
You get the shit kicked out of you, and I loved it.
yeah, man, I got hazed the shit out of it, man. But, again, right after that, what happens? My luck. The battalion, it's out on a mule. There's nobody on the barracks. So all they use us for is fucking working parties and hazing with the shitbags that stay in the rear or whatever they do, right? So, and those shitbags are senior Marines. So that's all we did. And then I get the call from 1st Battalion, 205th Marines to go to fucking Japan. So I'm like, well, who are they? And they're like, well, you guys are getting detached because there's nobody here. They're not coming back for another 6 months. So we're going to detach you guys and attach you guys to complete the numbers for this reserve battalion to be able to deploy to Japan and do some training over there. So I was like,
UDP.
cool. So I was like, perfect. So I joined them. We deployed to Japan. Everyone, my whole boot class, not just me, everyone. We make it to this 1st Battalion. I was 1st Battalion, 25th Marines Alpha Company. We make it out there, do our thing. And then when we're sitting in Japan, just doing, dude, getting shit faced. We're doing everything but training with these reservists. Like we just literally fucking roller coaster. We're going to the beach. We get fucking drunk every night, sick. And then we get a call which is my first combat mission, right? We get a call from a task force that is sitting in the Pacific Ocean, getting ready to raid a Al Qaeda cell in the Philippines.
Oh shit.
So we get the call, my company, right? They said, hey man, we need 3 platoons of Marines that can join this task force. So boom, I somehow ended up on that shit. Well, guess who we need? Guess who we joined? The fucking SEAL Team 7
No.
Yeah.
and the MS Juno, right? So we go to White Beach, join, get on the ship, and then next thing we know, we got these helicopters fucking flying in, and we're like, who are? It's like, yo, that's the soul element coming in, and SEAL Team 7. So guess what we get to do? We get to do training with the SEALs
Oh, that's
prior to
cool.
this mission for almost 4 weeks, like 4 weeks of non-stop close combat training with the fucking SEALs. And I'm talking about MP5s, shotguns, close quarter fucking combat, martial arts, lift weight, all that shit, man, with the SEALs. And these guys
Lucky
are like,
bastard.
dude, these guys are, and you gotta think about it, I'm a dumbass Lance Corporal, fucking, just doing your thing. And I'm like, damn. All right, so cool. So we do that, and then it's time, we ride Zodiacs. I mean, think about it, we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and we're navigating with Zodiacs, we're doing all this shit. And I literally just got out of SOI, and I got this shit under my belt already, you know. And then, yeah, obviously we do what we do. We go, we do our things, we stand by because we were the support element, obviously. Bell rings every fucking other day to simulate the actual raid and the capture and all of that. And it's all training until one day we get the red light and everybody's like, oh fuck, here we go with another training. We're taking our time, and we hear this is a live event. It's not a training operation. This is a live. And we're like, what? We actually going? Dude, it was the sickest shit that we did that day, man. I was like, damn. We launched the Zodiacs, met the SEALs on site. The SEALs captured this motherfucker. They handed it over to us on the ship. We secured them, put them where they needed to go. Dude, it was sick, man. And that was my first couple of awards, like ribbons and medals and shit. We earned
Jesus.
like 4 different ribbons for that mission or whatever. And then at that
Nice.
point, we just chilled, man. We cruised, we did whatever we wanted to do. We came back to Japan 2 months later, time to get back um to North Carolina. Literally, we got back to North Carolina, go on leave for 2 weeks. I come back from leave, back to 2-2. I'm now I'm a soul dog. I got a deployment under my belt. I got
You're
all
so
this,
dog.
I got all this other shit. And guess what happened? When I'm getting ready to receive my boots, they said, nah, Mendoza, a list comes out. You, and you go to 3rd Battalion 8th Marines that need bodies to go to fucking Haiti. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, what? I'm like, I just got back from that deployment. Yeah, well, you're getting ready to go now. Go. So we joined 3A. Obviously, now you were probably in boot camp by then, but I don't know.
I didn't go to boot camp till June 2004. So you
Yeah,
guys were already in fucking Haiti, man.
yeah. So we go there. I joined 3A, and they're like, "You got orders, Sergeant Major." And like, "Hey, yeah, I like you, and you. You're gonna go to Lima. You, and you, India. You, Mike." All right, cool, man. So I ended up in India, and then I started meeting those assholes that I don't think you ever met them. Fucking, they thought they were soul dogs, but you know, to me, I was a
Inside.
I was a Lance Corporal, a deployment under my belt. These motherfuckers never deployed anywhere, but they've been in the Marine Corps for 3 years already, right? Never deployed anywhere. All they did was training ops, and they treated me like a fucking boot. So that's where the problems started. Oh, you're a
Yeah.
boot. And you know what they used to do to show that they were seniors? They used to dress in the camouflage style camos.
Oh,
Because remember, we were
the
because
Woodlands.
we were
Yeah.
the Woodlands, yeah, because we were digitals, right? So, oh, you guys need to wear digital. So, and we wear the Woodlands. Oh, okay. What you want to? That's what I used to say. So you wanna you wanna say that you've been here longer than me because you wear
Oh, dude.
Woodlands because
Remember Kenny O'Pry? He used to do that shit all the time. He wore Woodland camis all the fucking time just to show how
Yeah.
salty he was.
Yeah,
And then
that
they
shit
got
was
rid
gay,
of
bro. That shit was gay, man. I always used to say, like, look, these guys haven't done shit, don't do shit. I'm like, whatever. But never got hazed because I wouldn't allow them, right? I was always be like, nah, fuck you. Dude, it's not my fault you're a fucking 4-year Lance Corporal. I'm a fucking 8 months Lance Corporal. And,
Mm-hmm.
and that's your doing, not mine. So, but I always struggle with that until we got back from Haiti. We did our thing in Haiti. Again, in Haiti, same thing, man. At that time, we had gunnery sergeant, which was the company gunny, Lenhart. That motherfucker was crazy, right? Then Sergeant, at that time, Sergeant Greenlaw, you
Oh
know,
shit, I heard that. I've heard of that name before.
more crazy than ever. Those two, insanity put together, right? And then we go there, do our thing, become the assault element. We landed on securing the palace in City Soleil, and from there we did what we did, and then we were done. We did our operations, our patrols. We learned how to be. Obviously, I already knew, but we learned. That's where I became a officially saw gunner, right? And they were like, "All right, you start learning more about what you're actually going to be doing." So then we get back, and it's just say now it's guys go home for 2 weeks. Guess where the fuck we going? We're going to fucking Iraq. And
Yes.
it's like, oh
Same.
my God. So it's like back to back, back to back deployments, right? And I'm like, holy shit. So Iraq for me was where my career took off. In Iraq, obviously prior to Iraq, I did so many things, man. From, corporal's course, you know, a lot of training. Uh, I was a green belt instructor already because I did that with the Navy's. I was already a green belt instructor because I did that with the
Nice.
SEALs, right? So I had a lot of shit under my belt, and I hadn't even been in the Marine Corps 2 years, right? So boom, we go to Iraq, and then that's
Who were
where
you
everything
with?
took.
Were you first platoon?
No, so in Iraq I was actually four platoon
Fear the
first.
bunny.
Yeah.
Fear the
Well, no,
bunny.
actually, no. We weren't that yet. You guys make
You were,
that gay shit up. No. Yeah. You guys.
I was not. Hey, whoa!
Yeah.
Second
Yeah.
platoon.
Yeah.
I was not fourth
Yeah.
platoon, but
Yeah.
I know that
So
that
yeah,
shit.
you guys did that gay shit after I left because I wouldn't allow it. Me, Shoger, and
Corporal
who else?
Shogun. Oh, I miss
Yeah.
that fucker.
Yeah. Yeah. So we wouldn't allow that gay shit. Sergeant Herrera, obviously, and Gunny
Herrera.
Lambert.
Yeah,
Yeah. And Gunny
we
Lambert.
talked about we talked about Gunny Lambert, and I guess Gunny
Yeah.
was not there in 2002 at 3-8. I guess he came later too.
He came later, yeah. So he would not allow that. And so I became four platoon. In all honesty, training wise, we didn't really care. It was just whatever. Um, but I was always third platoon, the thundering third. And then out of nowhere, they tell me, hey man, you gotta go to four platoon with Shoger and fill in the body. So that's what we did, we went there, did our thing. And until one day in Iraq, um, something happened between me and this other guy that I don't want to say names, but you can imagine what it is, right? Um,
Yeah, oh yeah.
and we went to Camp Fallujah for a little INR, and Gunny comes to me and says, "Hey man, you need to stay." I'm like, "Why?" I was like, "Somebody will tell you why." So four platoon goes, they leave me behind, and I see Staff Sergeant Gans come in and said, "You ready to come home?"
Troy. I
Yeah,
just talked to Troy today too.
yeah. So he comes and he says, "You ready to come home?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "You mean I get to come back?" He's like, "Yep." I was like, "Fuck yeah." So boom, I become a squad leader with fucking. But you got to remember, I don't think you remember this one. When I was fourth platoon, I had everybody under my belt. So Sugar was my team leader, but I was I'm sorry, Sugar was the squad. No, yeah, Sugar was first team leader. I was on his team, right? But I was his assistant patrol leader, right? His
Yeah.
APL, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
me and Sugar kind of ran for platoon because the other guys they didn't fucking know what they were doing. I mean, except for maybe what's his fucking name, Moorhead, but I wouldn't. It was just me and Sugar running
Oh
that shit.
yeah.
So
I remember. Dude.
so my team was me, Hassel, Sugar, and Lopez.
So, oh,
Yeah,
dude, I missed that fucker. I
yeah.
like him.
So yeah, man. I you got to understand. Before I rejoined third platoon, I had already been meritoriously promoted to corporal in Iraq. Had already earned
Yeah.
a NAM, right, for what obviously the story that happened. And I'd already been through so much training that when I joined third platoon, literally Lieutenant Borgen was like, "Man, I can't believe the type of Marine you are. You haven't even been 4 years, and you have all this shit under your belt." And I'm
Mikey
like,
Morgan.
"Yeah." So when we got back from Iraq, I was probably the saltiest corporal in the fucking company.
You
You
were,
know,
dude. You were scary. Because
so
our boot drop, we came that December 17th, and you guys were still
yeah,
on leave. And
yep,
so Santiago and Modesto, those were
yep,
the fucking two assholes in charge of us before you guys got
yeah,
back. And then when you got back, you completely destroyed all of us fucking kids that just came back from SMI.
yep.
You
I
murdered
remember
all
that.
of us.
I
Stockton,
remember that.
Oprah,
Yep.
Richmond, um, I mean, all the Pacey, Siler, all these cats were just like going crazy over us.
Yeah, I remember that, man. Like I said, man, it was fun. That was my experience in Marine Corps. My career took off, man. I did what most people probably would have done in 8, 10 years a career in the Marine Corps. I did it in 3.5. I became a sergeant 3.5 and 4 months into my career.
Dude, that must have made. Who was that? Who was that sergeant that could never pick up staff sergeant? What the hell was it? He was from New York. He wore that stupid Buffalo Bills jacket all the time. He tried to pick up
Oh
all the
God,
time. He couldn't do it. But
I can't
you,
remember who that was,
he,
man.
he was a sergeant for 6 years. He couldn't pick up staff, and you picked up sergeant in 3.5. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I became a sergeant in 3.5 years, and I'm telling you, man, I don't regret one bit. Everything I did, I got out because to me, the back-to-back-to-back deployments, all the shit I went through in Iraq, all the bad experiences in Iraq, all the close calls in Iraq, for me, which is more like, all right, am I going to continue to go to Iraq if I stay another 4 years, pick up the bonus? It was very, very nice back then. It was 50 grand. Was it worth it?
Damn.
I said, you know what? Fuck, I just gonna let out. So I got out, man. I got out and became a civilian, man. But I never let go, man. So
You
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 know,
got out right after our first Iraq deployment, right?
the boots deployment, yeah.
The '05 to Karma.
No, no, I was there.
You were
That
there, but
was
then you got out when we
I,
got home. You got out.
yeah, right. When we got home, I went on leave, came back, and then they gave me two choices. You can stay and deploy with us to Ramadi,
Oh, that was
yeah,
fun.
or
You missed a
yeah,
fucking on
yeah,
that one.
or and I wasn't allowed to be a squad leader, a platoon leader, none of that shit. I was gonna just be a number. I was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't doing that, man. Especially you want Marines like these young Marines to be squad leaders. With all the respect to them, They were not ready to be squad leaders. Perez,
No,
what's
hey,
his name?
hey, Perez actually turned out to be a good squad leader. He did eventually. He did.
Well,
Perez was good.
eventually, yeah,
Yeah.
but people like that are
Thompson,
not.
Giannetto.
Thompson, Janetto. I mean, they were not ready. Could they become good squad leaders? Absolutely, yeah. And I think they did. I mean,
They did. No, no.
I heard when they came back, yeah. But I personally thought that if I had any of those guys under me, because they were getting ready to be the next senior once me,
Yeah.
Phoebus, and Sugar left,
Yes.
right? You know, they were getting ready. We were going to hand the baton to them, right? And we
Yeah.
were all about that. We were all about that shit. But the choice they gave us, it's like, all right, you guys can stay, go through the training, deploy. But once you guys get over there, you guys have to hand over the baton regardless. Me personally, I was like, fuck that. I ain't doing that. I was like, if I go, I'm going to go in and I'm going to be the squad leader. I'm going to guide them and they're going to have to listen to me whether they like it or not. And that became a little bit of a conflict because which was good. You know what? Looking back, I was being a little selfish, I think, because you got to remember some of those cats at that time were probably 2.5 years in and they never had
Yeah.
a leadership role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in order for them to develop into true leader Marines, they needed to get their feet wet. And we weren't, if we would have stayed, that would have never happened. So I'm actually glad that I didn't go because I do hear that they did a great job out there and
We did.
they led Marines to do the right thing. So that worked out good, man. I went to 6 Marines, earned my French 40J, another accessory on my uniform, and did my thing over
That's
there.
for you. That's for you. Okay.
So
You get to paint that green shit on your fucking uniform,
yeah.
punk. You better wear that for your wedding, dude.
Yeah, dude. So it's at that point it was done for me. ES came home, and then dealt with the aftermath, PTSD, all the other shit. Everything that we go through.
Yep.
Unfortunately, without knowing that we're supposed to go through that, but we did, and
You
here
did.
I am, man. I mean, 20 years later, 19 years later, I'm living in North Carolina. I'm happily about to be married. Love my wife, my future wife, and I can't complain, man. God's been good to me, has given me everything that I've needed. And, I still do. I still keep myself to the military standards that the Marine Corps showed me. I don't think I ever let that go. But that's the way I carry my life. Have I gotten bumps on the road? Absolutely. As a civilian, yes, but I always got to remember that I carry a high standard because I'm a Marine, and that has driven me to achieve what I have achieved alongside my partner. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
What
but
do
yeah,
you
guys. I
do
mean,
for a living now?
that's a little summary of what my life has been in the United States. My life in the United States has been an airplane to JFK, New York, to high school in Long Island, and to the Marine Corps in North Carolina. And I decided to stay in North Carolina after the Marine Corps. So here I am, man. 26 years I've been in this country, and I achieved things that, man, I tell you, I can write a fucking book.
Yeah, you could. Hey, Jeffrey Sabins, another 3-8 Marine from Weapons Company, he's written like 5 books, and he just wrote a book on Afghanistan. He just sold out of that shit again.
Oh, wow.
Like it's been on for like 2 weeks now. He just sold out again. So he keeps on writing these books about. And he got out as a gunny. We knew him
Oh,
as
well, good for him.
he was like a PFC, I think, when you were leaving. I think he was a Lance Corporal or a PFC, same as me.
Yeah. I think if I would have stayed, I probably would have I probably I would have reached the peak of my career, like the 10-year, the halfway mark, because I wanted to be a lifer. I would have probably reached my 10-year mark as a gunnery sergeant, the way I was heading. Because if I would have stayed to another contract, I would have made staff sergeant very, very
Easy.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, think about it: a 5-year staff sergeant. You don't see that very often.
You never see that.
Especially if I
Never
would
see.
have gone to, especially if I would have gone to Ramadi with you guys. that would have been the icing on the cake. That would have been my fifth deployment in 4 years.
I did 3 and 4, but
Yeah,
I can't have 5 and 4, man. That you
yeah, man.
got
Yeah.
deployed a lot.
Yeah, so but it helped me, made me who I am now, guys. So yeah, that's a little bit. We could sit here for hours, guys, and tell you about everything I did because that's
I
just how
know.
my life story is. But I appreciate you guys having me on this, and I'm looking forward to do it again for sure, man. I love this now. I did, like I said, it's the first time I'm doing this, but I love this, and
It's awesome. But
yeah,
hey, Henry, I think my co-host Fleek has a couple questions for you.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, before we go, first of all, what are you doing now for a living?
So I've been since I stayed in North Carolina. I've been a general contractor. So I do
Yes.
anything from flipping homes to drywall and paint, hardscapes, things like that. So, I've been kind of deviating myself from the military type jobs and became more like a hands-on type of job. So me and my fiance, we both do that together.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, so I have at the end of the show, we always ask our guests to pick a number 1 through 10. That number is going to correlate to a question that we're going to ask you.
All right, cool.
So pick a number 1 through 10.
So let's do my favorite number 1.
Ooh, I don't think
Hey,
nobody
one's
ever
a good
picks that
one.
number.
Nobody picks one.
All right. Can you share a moment during your service that significantly shaped who you are today?
Oh, yes, sir. See, this is why I like number 1.
Right on.
So I'm gonna tell you, brother, there were many people from my recruiter, my mother, everybody who showed me that made an impact on my military career, but nobody made a bigger impact during my military career and now as my company gunnery sergeant ball.
Gunny Ball.
Yep.
Good
So
answer, dude.
I'm gonna tell you a story, man. That man took me in. I was a lance corporal, and I was not a shitbag, but I was one of those Marines that just didn't give a fuck. I was like, man, fuck you. I'm gonna go to formation at fucking 0705 instead of 0700, right? Mendoza, what the fuck? Come see me. Come see me after fucking formation. But when he took
Mm,
me in Iraq, and I watched him get hurt on that patrol, because I watched him do that. That opened up my mind to see what type of leader he was. He stopped the patrol because we were going to deliver food to OP2, and he stopped the patrol because we saw this pile of shit that was not there a couple hours ago. He got out of the truck and he approached slowly, not close, but slowly, and told everyone to stay in the truck. And the shit blew the fuck up. And he got him. And we gave him CPR. We did everything on the field that we were supposed to do. But one piece of shrapnel has hit his femoral artery, and they just couldn't do much. So he ended up not making it. When he didn't make it, and we got the news, August 2005, August 5th, 2005, that shit devastated me, man. Because that was my mentor. That
that was
guy
rough.
was the guy. That was the guy that I wanted to look up to and be one day. So that shaped me to be becoming more of a Marine that I became after that. Because he
Yeah.
was there. He's the one that pinned me my second and third NAM. He was the one that recommended me for a Silver Star, but Lieutenant Borgen and the other fucking boat lieutenant fucking shot it down and gave it to fucking Sergeant Reese, who he didn't
Yeah.
do shit. But yeah, man, Gunny Ball and that story is what shaped my life, man. My career. And it
Dude, I
means a
remember
lot to me too. Yeah.
I remember that day. I mean, they were asking for O positive blood. Fucking, as
Yeah,
soon as that happened, fucking, I lined myself up and I gave blood to fucking for Gunny Ball.
yeah, man. So yeah, I go to the Bolt Center, you know,
The
do all
Pizza
that.
Hut,
But yeah, man, it's that was
which,
one of yeah. But now
which by
now
the
it's
way,
called. It used to be called the Bolt Center.
yeah, yeah. Well, the old ball center was where was like near our COC. The new one, the
Right.
Pizza Hut is now called the Ball Center. I was just there in February.
Oh, that must have been a new one. I don't.
Yeah, it's
So
yeah
our
yeah.
yeah. So our Bolt
It
Center
was the
used to
NCO club.
Good
yeah,
lord.
our Bolt Center was conjunction with Heroes, which was the
Yeah,
bar.
Heroes. He, no,
The
dude.
yeah.
When I picked up Corporal, I got drunk as shit. And after
Yeah.
my blood strips and after getting pinned, they took me out and they got me so fucked up at Heroes. Not even
Hey,
funny.
I can see your body flick. Is he still here?
I don't know where I don't know where he is, but he took off. He's probably coming back. He probably had a phone call or something. But dude, thank you, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
no. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys doing this. And if you wanna carry on and do the live one on Sunday, man, let me
yeah,
know.
no,
I'll
no,
be
no,
more
but
than
yeah,
happy
we'll
to jump in.
look for a Sunday, and we'll definitely get you on. But thank you from Fleek, from dude, and I'll see you on August 23rd, dude.
All right, brother. Thank you. Have a good one.
See you, Henry. Adios.
All right, see you. Adios.
Bye. Jesus, come on, let's go.